At Rocket, we know buying a home is exciting and a bit overwhelming. Ready to buy a home but stressed about writing those big checks? Rocket can help you save. When you buy with Rocket Homes and finance with Rocket Mortgage, you can get up to $10,000 cash toward closing from Rocket Mortgage. It's a pretty big deal, and one you can get only with Rocket. Visit onlywithrocket.com to get started today.
For purchase transactions only, must log rate between 331 and 831. Call 8337-ROCKET for conditions and restrictions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Played one that, like you said, Jess, might flatter Inter Miami a bit, but it just comes down to the fact that Charlotte FC could not make the most of their limited opportunities, and unfortunately Inter Miami cashed in on most of theirs.
Yeah, you look at the turning point in the game, and I think it's the moment Patrick Agyemang can't quite connect on the header. He heads it over the crossbar. If that goes in, a 2-1 ball game, completely different momentum. It's disappointing because, like I say, this has been an incredible run for Charlotte FC. And I don't want this headline scoreline of 4-0 into Miami, Messi, and all of this to take away from what an incredible run it was from Charlotte FC. They faced adversity. They upset teams. They beat teams from Liga MX. And they showed the resilience that we need in MLS action when we restart play in late August, because it's going to be a big push for the playoffs.
Yeah, make no mistake. Being in the last eight of this tournament that involves all the teams from Major League Soccer and Liga MX is no small feat. I know people will sit here and say that the game against Houston was a quote-unquote gift, but Charlotte FC still had to make the plays they needed to make themselves forward in that game. And, you know, there are greater sides, at least in the league record, that were out in this tournament, even in the knockout stage, or before the knockout stage hit, before Charlotte FC at least was still playing. So I think from that aspect, from Charlotte FC's standpoint, you got to hold your head high in that standpoint.
You do. You've done yourself proud. It just always hurts to go out in any knockout round tournament, particularly with that scoreline, that you feel you weren't able to represent yourselves good enough. And I think that's what Charlotte FC will feel right now, disappointment, because they won't feel that they were able to represent themselves fully.
Post-game brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Take strides toward your goals at UNC Charlotte, a thriving community of more than 30,000 students working hard to build their own path. Head to charlotte.edu to get to know your hometown university. Charlotte will resume play on the 26th of August when they take on LAFC at Bank of America Stadium. That is Brant Bronico bobblehead night. The game on the 20th that is in your schedule book against Inter Miami will not be played on schedule because Inter Miami will have to play on the 19th, either in the third place game or in the championship match, and they can't play that game midweek either because they also have a U.S. Open Cup tilt against FC Cincinnati on the midweek there. So they'll be scheduling that for a later date in the MLS schedule. Charlotte FC loses to Inter Miami 4-0. More postgame when we come back on the Charlotte FC Radio Network. Hashtag winning is Dr. Ted Greaves' slogan for Charlotte FC this year. Hey guys, Will Pelagic here from the Charlotte FC Radio Network. Dr. Ted's been helping families all over Charlotte that have been injured in car wrecks and need to get back on their feet. Dr. Ted's giving away a Charlotte FC jersey and a pair of tickets to celebrate his slogan, Charlotte FC, hashtag winning. Go to Dr. Ted's Facebook site and like, comment, and share his Charlotte FC jersey post to become eligible. Call 1-800-MY-DR-TED or 800-333-4333 today. Dr. Ted is a licensed chiropractic physician that practices law.
Skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, folks, this is Steve Smith Sr., and now is a great time to sell your home in Charlotte, as your home may be worth more than you realize. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive the strongest cash offer in the industry and close within days. Don't worry about costly repairs or keeping your home clean for potential buyers. With a guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of their clients, Chris, said, Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allowed us to sell our 16-year-old home without having to spend thousands on repairs. It also eliminated all the stress of showings, constant cleaning, and negotiating. Their guaranteed offer was more than we were hoping for, and the whole process was fast. With nearly 10,000 five-star reviews, Mark Spain Real Estate is the most trusted real estate team in the U.S. Find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home. There are no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Back with Rich and Richie from Affordable Siding and Windows.
It's summer, and now more than ever, you're outside. Take a good look at your home. How's that siding look? What about the windows? How about the doors? What about that roof? If you need any home improvements, now's the time to call Rich and Richie at Affordable Siding and Windows.
For nearly 30 years at Affordable Siding and Windows, we've been making homes just like yours the envy of the neighborhood. Whether it's with our James Hardy siding, our Cedar Ridge insulated siding, replacement windows, beautiful front entry doors, and roofing done right.
If it's on the outside of your home, nobody does it like us. We'll make it better. We're not an 800 number, nor are we a franchise that's here today and gone tomorrow.
So why should people call you in July? We will take $1,500 off any complete siding project.
Buy 2 windows and get the 3rd one free.
Take $500 off any custom entry door, and for roofing done right, we'll match it. Take $500 off that roof too.
Affordable Siding and Windows, 704-536-6225 or affordablesiding.com.
You need it, Greater Gulf Express has it, and has it for less. Don't shop the big box stores where the faces change daily. Shop local at the Unbox store, Greater Gulf Express in Pineville. Need a new driver for less than $300? How about a Callaway Maverick, Cleveland Launcher XL, Cobra LTDX, Mizuno ST, Tour Edge, Hot Launch, or TaylorMade M4, all price less than $300. Or how about the Cleveland Launcher XL and XL Halo iron sets? Get $200 off original retail on 7-piece sets, steel or graphite available. Need a new wedge? Greater Gulf Express has Mizuno T22 wedges. They were $160, now $119.99 with a great selection of lofts and finishes to choose from. And did I mention the TaylorMade Stealth drivers? They have the original Stealth with over 30% in savings. Can you believe the original Stealth driver now starting at $399.99? Greater Gulf Express, located in the Centrum Shopping Center, Pineville.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Football Club Radio Network.
Welcome back to the postgame show. Charlotte FC falls to Inter Miami 4-0. And the one thing that I feel like is silver lining of this one, with Charlotte FC getting some extra games, this was always going to be something that almost felt like a bit of a laboratory test for Christian Latanzio. You get to try out some different players. Got to see Breck Diahare make his first 2 games at Charlotte FC colors. We'll get to see Yera Yaronin hopefully make his debut for Charlotte FC when the league season resumes on the 26th of August. But what did we learn about the Charlotte FC squad just during this Leagues Cup run that ends in the quarterfinal round?
I think we learned that there are a lot of players that are ready to make the step up for consistent MLS minutes. I look at Patrick Argyman for that one. I look at Jalen Lindsay, who I think has been very good. I think we learned that defensively this team can be good when they remain compact and they remain organized. We learned tonight how pivotal Nathan Byrne is to this side at this stage, just because I think we saw the disconnect in our defensive line without seeing him on the pitch. But we performed well. We did well in the knockout tournament. We've done fairly well in Open Cup as well. I'll say that. We seem to thrive under these situations of pressure. This isn't the way we wanted it to end, but I'm hoping it can be a fire in the bellies of these guys who now feel like, look, we don't want our season, this to be the highlight of our season. We want to make sure that we're able to slip into at least a 9th spot or up at the end of MLS season so we get postseason play as well.
I think they leave this tournament a stronger side than which they entered it, not just based off of the installments that have been made in the summer transfer window, but I also feel like a lot of these players, like you said, Jess, have made the step up in the bid. When you think about the fact that you're going to have Enzo Capetti coming back from injury, you're going to have Mackenzie Gaines coming back from injury, and you're also going to have Yeri Yaronin playing in his potential first game for Charlotte FC on the 26th of August. There's going to be a lot of jockeying for position in terms of who's going to play where. There's going to be a lot of players, I think, unfortunately, feeling like they were hard done by a potential drop out of the lineup because of some quality they could potentially play themselves into it.
Definitely. But we need that. We need that depth. We know how thick and fast MLS games come in. We know how quickly an injury can change a game, change a season. So squad depth is good. Competition is good. And we said after the Montreal game that every player needed to feel like their jersey was under threat. And I think we saw that today.
The Allies save of the match from Christian Kalina came late in the match when Charlotte FC was trying to get themselves back forward the other way. Ruiz into the Charlotte end, 81st minute. Back for Campana. Campana forward for Gomez. Gomez with a shot, save made by Kalina as he stabs at it going down to ground. And it's out of bounds, last touched by Charlotte FC, a corner kick for Miami.
Good one-on-one technique from Kalina there. Goes to ground, makes himself big, gets a touch on it to knock it out for the corner.
That's our Ally Save of the Match. It's brought to you by Ally Bank. Whether it's banking, investing, home loans, or auto finance, nothing stops Ally from doing right by you. Ally, do it right. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
You are listening to WFNZ-FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte.
The exclusive home of Charlotte FC.
Inter Miami 4, Charlotte FC 0 is the final. We're back with more highlights in a moment on the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
The only way to be your best self is with your best health. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. That's why more people prefer Atrium Health, because unrivaled care is easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Atrium Health, official healthcare provider of Charlotte FC.
It's Bo time. Introducing Bo's Barbecue Chicken Sandwich and Bo's Carolina Gold Chicken Sandwich. The same boldly seasoned, hand-breaded crispy chicken, pickles, and toasted bun, now topped with slaw and your choice of 2 sauces. These sandwiches are so good you're gonna want to try both. But order ahead on the app soon because they're available for a limited time only. Even Dale Earnhardt Jr. and country artist Lee Brice couldn't choose between the smoky barbecue or tangy Carolina Gold sauce. But they agreed on one thing. It's Bo time.
Are you ready for an action-packed week of soccer with Charlotte FC? The party starts August 26th with a Saturday night showdown against LAFC. Plus, arrive early to score an exclusive Brian Bronico bobblehead at the gate. Next up, the boys in blue look to defend their home turf in a midweek battle against Orlando City on Wednesday, August 30th. Don't wait. Secure your tickets now at charlottefootballclub.com/tickets and join the party.
Soccer fans, this is an exclusive message from the Charlotte Football Club's favorite pizza, Domino's Pizza, who is on site at every home game where concessions are sold.
Hey, Charlotte Football Club fans, this is Ryan from your local Domino's right here in Charlotte asking for your help. Our family-owned company is hiring pizza delivery drivers for lunch, dinner, and late night who are now earning over $50,000 a year delivering for Domino's Pizza. If that's you or someone you know, apply today at jobs.domino's.com.
Charlotte FC fans, there's nothing like celebrating game day with good friends and a great tequila. That's why Cuervo Tradicional, the 100% agave tequila that has been cultivating friendships for generations, is excited to be the proud partner of Charlotte FC. Cuervo Tradicional turns strangers into friends and friends into family. So here's to toasting a winning season with good friends and the original 100% agave tequila, Cuervo Tradicional. Was it Cuervo Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume, Proximo, Jersey City, New Jersey. Please drink responsibly.
To the team with the loudest allies, never stop singing. Charlotte FC's 2023 season, here we come, because we're all better off with an ally. Visit ally.com to learn more.
Hey everyone, it's Brant Bronico, midfielder for Charlotte FC. For me, life is like soccer. You gotta have goals. Graduating from our hometown university, UNC Charlotte, helped me achieve my goals. What about your goals? Now, UNC Charlotte is offering a new online MBA, a premier program designed with the flexibility and affordability that will help you achieve your goals. Check it out at onlinemba.charlotte.edu.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Football Club Radio Network.
Charlotte FC falls 4-0 to Inter Miami in the 2023 Leagues Cup quarterfinal match. Let's hear how it sounded with our highlight montage. A whistle, a free kick given to Inter Miami halfway between the halfway line and the 18-yard box. Awaiting the whistle here from Martinez. Martinez approaches, shoots, and scores. With less left to the keeper's right. Kalina guessed the other way, and Inter Miami to the lead, 1-0 in the 12th minute. Alba for Taylor, left side of the area. Give and go by Messi to Taylor. Taylor to the 6-yard box. Taylor for Messi, a shot, save made Kalina, and they cleared away from danger. Almost a handball from Arfield, and it's cleared away from danger by Swiderski and back as far as center.
Charlotte FC cling on. Good patient defending, particularly from Westwood, who's one-on-one with Messi, doesn't stands his ground. But you got a glimpse there of what Inter Miami do so well with Messi and Alba. The 1-2 passes, the pass and go, give and go.
Busquets in the center circle. Forward toward the right side for Yedlin. Yedlin near the top of the box. Stops the dribble to the middle with a shot. Save, and they score. It's Robert Taylor who came to the middle on a cutting pass inward, and Inter Miami have a second. Josviak gets it back, crossed into the middle, headed by Arfield on target, but it's saved by Callender.
Just an awkward connection for Arfield on the bobble, wasn't able to generate the power on the header. You saw Swiderski immediately say, hey, cut it across to me. That's easier said than done.
Couldn't hold the possession inside the box. Kramaski trying to get it out of the area, and now playing it toward the middle. It's intercepted by Harrison Offal. Offal looking for redemption. Offal with a shot over the bar. Played forward to Swiderski. Swiderski crossed into the area. Shot. Oh, my goodness. He was going on frame with it, and he missed it right side. That was from extravagant long range. It's Arroyo playing to the middle, intercepted by Offal. It's Bronico forward for Ajiman. Ajiman, one-touch shot. Save made by Callender. And he comes to make the play on it after getting a parry on it.
But so much better from the Crown, already doubling the shot count in this second half. They've been more eager to pull the trigger. This is what Patrick Ajiman brings again. I know you can't look back and change things. Hindsight's a beautiful thing, but they've changed the game, bringing on Patrick Ajiman.
Into Miami, not content with being up 2-0. It's set down the left side for Taylor. Taylor into the area, the cross to the middle with a shot, save made, and it goes out of bounds. Lindsay right side for Vargas. Vargas crossing into the area, a head down by Patrick Ajiman, goes over the bar, but man, oh man, Ajiman came close. Did the most he could with that chance, and now Inter Miami have possession back at the Charlotte end. It's Messi coming to the middle. Messi forward for Gomez in the area, one touch, and they score. Leonardo Campana puts it in.
It's an own goal.
I'm going to say it's an own goal off of Charlotte FC player last.
Pretty sure it's Malanda that slides that one into the back of the net.
Campana in the area with a cross, a shot, they score. And Lionel Messi finally gets his goal. He had been kept off the score sheet for 86 minutes by Charlotte FC, the longest anybody had kept him off the score sheet since his first game of MLS play and Leagues Cup play. And that's a coronating strike from Messi to lead 4-0 for Miami over Charlotte. And that's it. Full time reached. It'll be Inter Miami heading to the semifinal round of the 2023 Leagues Cup, and Charlotte FC's stay in the Leagues Cup tournament is over after a 4-0 loss to Inter Miami. That's how it sounded here on the air, and Charlotte FC falls 4-0 to Inter Miami. We'll come back and give a final word and send you toward the resumption of the MLS regular season next on the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
Hey, it's Jeff Rickard here to tell you more about PhD Weight Loss. This program is so effective and so good. You got to get in on this. If you've been waiting for a shop to open up north of the city, I don't know, like in the Lake Norman area, now's the time to do it. There's a brand new store open up there. If you're down at Pineville Matthews, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm down 28 pounds so far, and I'm closing in on my goal weight because PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition works. No gimmicks, no pills, no injections, no supplements. Just you learning more about your body, what to feed it, and when to feed it. They've got the weekly appointments. That's great. They've got so many resources for you to check in with, constantly monitoring who you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. You simply cannot lose at PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, except for the weight itself. Visit myphdweightloss.com. That's myphdweightloss.com. And remember, they're the official partner of the Clemson Tigers organization and its fans.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Mac here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Get just the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 704-602-2446, 704-602-2446, or loanpronto.com.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval.
Summer is here, and no one wants to see that old dad bod at the beach. It's time to get that belly fat under control, get those muscles toned, and get that alpha feeling back in the bedroom. Come get your testosterone up and that weight down today at Low Country Male. Our concierge plans are simple. For $220 a month, we include all testosterone, doctor visits, labs, and primary care. Ask about our amazing deals on semaglutide. Semaglutide reduces the urge to overeat, and patients are losing on average 35 pounds. Get that alpha figure back and make men men again. LowCountryMale.com.
Price Brothers Inc., the industry leader in new construction plumbing, is currently recruiting individuals seeking success. That's right. Price Brothers wants you. Learn and excel with a purpose-driven, professional, results-driven company. Reward yourself with great starting pay. Earn while you learn. Paid time off, 401k, and more. The Charlotte housing market is still growing strong, and business is booming. Take advantage. Now is the time. PBIapply.com is where to start. That's PBIapply.com. Your opportunity awaits at Price Brothers Inc.
Charlotte is the nation's fastest growing city, and the entire town is excited about having Charlotte FC as a part of it. Hi, this is Will Pelagic, voice of Charlotte FC. What's not new to Charlotte is Dr. Ted Grieve. For more than 30 years, his law firm has been helping families that have been involved in car wrecks. If you or someone you love has been in a car wreck, call Dr. Ted today at 1-800-MY-DR-TED or 800-333-4333. Charlotte FC and Dr. Ted Grieve, a great team. Dr. Ted is a licensed chiropractic physician that practices law.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Football Club Radio Network.
Charlotte FC falls to Inter Miami 4-0 in the Leagues Cup quarterfinals. Other quarterfinal action going on. It was Nashville defeating Minnesota 5-0. Minnesota went down to 10 men, and Nashville kind of ran away and hid with it, so they advanced themselves to the Leagues Cup semifinals. Look at the winner of LAFC and Monterrey. That game is just underway. And Philadelphia and Querétaro are currently in a 10-minute stoppage time scenario, and looks like there could be a potential for a penalty here. A yellow card, a second yellow card has been given to Querétaro in the last waiting minutes of matchup here, so we'll see whether or not that can be a part of that. That was a foul just outside the box that was taking place there that at least as a result could potentially be an opportunity for Philadelphia to get a goal here before the end there. It's a 1-1 scoreline in that one. But as we turn our attention back to Charlotte FC, 12th spot in the Eastern Conference with 11 games remaining. It's a tough stretch when you think about the fact that you have 2 games against Inter Miami. You have LAFC on the schedule, Nashville, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, New England, Toronto. These are all tough teams you got to play in this stretch. And from Charlotte FC's perspective, we've all known that the mission for Lattanzio is they need to get themselves into playoffs or else he could potentially be in trouble.
Yeah, we know the expectations this club has set from the get-go, and we know that the fan base felt let down, that they weren't able to make playoffs in year 1. Year 2, you've seen it expanded to 9 spots. You want to be best 9 out of 15 teams in the conference, but you say that schedule doesn't get more loaded than that, honestly, Willie B. That's a lot of tough sides, but you've got to beat the best to beat the best, and I think we've seen a lot of growth take place during this Leagues Cup run.
Yeah, there's only one team in the final 11 contests outside of Inter Miami, and Inter Miami is a team that definitely is going to be very much toward that playoff spot. There's only one team other than Miami, and that's Toronto, that is not at least in the playoff hunt when it comes to Charlotte FC's remaining schedule. So we'll look to see whether or not Charlotte FC can at least get some momentum going forward. And I'm also curious to see whether or not we see some tactical shifts from Christian Lattanzio. I wonder if he takes any of the lessons that he learned from this contest or these contests and implements them here down the stretch.
Yeah, I think you've seen a lot of players that deserve more minutes. Adjuman, I think we saw a lot from Belgian Brecht. He did a great job coming on, brings energy. Squad depth is growing, competition is growing. We'll see what Latanzio thinks, but at the end of the day, goals win games, and we need to find ways of getting more goals and more clinical finishing into this team.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Charlotte FC falls to Inter Miami 4-0 in the League's Cup quarterfinal. This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer. The broadcast manager at Tepper Sports is Amy Martin. Brand manager Jeff Rickard. His assistant Colin Hoggard. Chief engineer is Ron Tollison. Studio operations by Aaron Shropshire. Our producer engineer in the booth is Anthony Pagnotta. Our next broadcast comes your way 2 weeks from tomorrow when Charlotte FC welcomes in LAFC for their first ever visit to Bank of America Stadium. It is Bank of America Stadium Brant Bronico bobblehead night. So be sure to be out there for that and the game as well. There's upper deck tickets available as well by going on to charlottefootballclub.com/tickets. Plenty to get to there for that. Charlotte FC falls 4-0 to Inter Miami, and Inter Miami will advance to the League's Cup semifinals. And it looks like it'll be against Philadelphia Union as they get a goal at the death to beat Querétaro. They lead 2-1 with Querétaro down to 10 men. So it'll be Philadelphia and Inter Miami potentially in the semifinal round in the city of brotherly love. For Jessica Charman, I'm Will Pelagic saying thanks so much for listening. Once again, the final score, Charlotte FC falls 4-0 to Inter Miami, and you heard it all right here on the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
This has been a special presentation of the Charlotte Football Club Radio Network.
Thank you for listening, and join us for our next match play.
We are Charlotte FC. Charlotte FC on WFNZ is brought to you in part by Price Brothers and Ted Grieve and Associates.
And payroll, like they're within $10 million of each other, which just really tells you the job that the Orioles have done as an organization, at least on the field this season. It's fantastic drafting, but also they have played well beyond their talent level. They have, or at least what the market dictates how they should be getting paid. It's been an incredible season. Mark, did you have a quick comment on the NFL preseason? And if you want to know about Stroud, I don't think he was particularly great, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Richardson and Bryce Young do in their preseason debuts.
I can't stand preseason. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like I understand the whole logistic behind it of playing guys.
Sure.
But the thing is like, as a Giants fan, I was watching today, and I was watching the rest of the NFL.
Right.
But you know, Shane signed Tyrod Taylor, gave him a whole bunch of guaranteed money just because he had one concussion, knew he had concussion problems, had a concussion last year. They played Tommy DeVito. It's like, I understand why they do that, but you need to play your main guys. And I understand you don't know what you have, but I feel like with preseason, it's like, for example, Shep, you're an announcer. Imagine they put you in a room full of 30 announcers and everyone's trying to make their job. It's going to be cutthroat, right?
Not if you're Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, or Bryce Young.
Right. But I mean, the problem is everyone's trying to take their head off.
Yeah.
Everyone. So it's like you're putting them in a game situation that's it's intensified, right?
Right. I would definitely agree with that, Mark. But you know what?
One more question before I let you go.
Yep.
If you put the Yankees in an Orioles series in the playoffs, who's winning that game? Who's winning the series?
Wait, is that a serious question? You're asking me if the Yankees and Orioles face off in a postseason series, who wins right now?
Absolutely.
Oh, the Orioles. No, there's no question. Listen. I understand.
Really?
If Judge now Judge is going to be the big factor. Can he stay healthy? Then they have a shot. If they do not have Aaron Judge, they can't beat you, me, and Scarpacci and 7 other guys out there. You and I both know that they
of course. But the thing about the Yankees is like we're always in it, and that's the reason being is we're just always in it. And so 40 games out is nothing.
Thank God for Garrett Cole. I'll tell you that, Mark. Mark, great call on your part as always, man. Hey, listen, congratulations on Bleacher, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Likewise, Mark. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your weekend. Let's get to James, who has been patient in Baltimore, who I know will have an opinion or two about the Baltimore Orioles and Kevin Brown. James, how you doing tonight? And what's your take on this whole situation?
Hey, what's going on, Shep, man? How you been, bro?
No complaints, James. How you been, man? How you dealing with the fallout of the ineptitude of the ownership of the Angeloses and the dark cloud they continue to put on the Orioles fan base?
Right quick before I get into that, the guy that just called, I know he's not deluded. Listen, I know we ain't been used to winning, so this isn't a guy that's not used to winning and taking it too far, but we all know what would happen if the Yankees and the Orioles squared off.
Oh, the Yankees have no shot. They are so inconsistent.
I know it seems like they're overachieving, right? And to an extent they are, but I would put that more on the pitching staff. As far as what everybody else is doing, I mean, this was planned, right? This was planned.
I mean, James, I mean, by the way, how many games are the Yankees going to lose to the White Sox, for God's sakes?
Well, it's funny, though, what you said ties into what I wanted to kind of the angle I was coming at, right? So the whole thing with the organization, going back to when we had those 100-loss seasons right before last year when it took off. So there was Mike Elias came in, and if anybody knows anything about his MO, that's kind of his strategy to build the organization up. He did it with the Astros. We some would say what they are, that we know what they've done. This is what he's trying to do with us.
And James, he's a really young guy too. And obviously he was with the Cardinals. He was with the Cardinals when they won their last World Series in Pujols' final year, at least in his first stint in St. Louis. You're right. He's had a lot of wealth of experience in winning.
And what he did was, and reason it's funny is because the majority of the fan base just wasn't having it, and then there was a small amount of us that were willing to listen to the strategy and have a. I don't want to use the word educated because that makes I don't want to use that, but we were privy to information of what his style was. We knew going into the Mike Elias area, some of us, that, hey, we're going to have about 4 or 5 terrible seasons where we're going to intentionally be bad.
Sure.
And we're going to draft a bunch of, top guys. And it ended up working out when you had, we've had 4 in the last 2 years. We've had 4 guys in our organization be the number 1 overall prospect in baseball. Gunnar Henderson was when we brought him up. Adley was when we brought him up. And currently, Jackson Holliday is ranked as the number 1 prospect in baseball. So he's been doing good with that. So when we say overachieving, it's just a bunch of young guys that haven't been able to get paid yet. And then you got the overachievers, like you said. But the pitching staff, really, in my opinion, is I had no hopes for, and they've been doing good. So we'll see where that goes. But all that ties into it because Angelos and them have been terrible forever. I grew up being taught by
30
my father.
years. That's right. 30 freaking years, man.
Well, I'm 35, and I knew by the age of 8 years old that Angelos was to be disliked by my father. I was taught. He was raised in me and it was more so for him being a cheap owner. He doesn't like to pay his guys, and apparently that's.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Hayes and Frazier and Rutschman. I mean, Gunnar Henderson, you mentioned. Obviously, listen, he's not having a bad season for a guy who's just 22 years old. But the problem is, and James, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think 99% of people outside of Baltimore